This is Ireland's only micro-distillery. Dan Duggan is starting off a batch of apple brandy known as Calvados in France. This batch will take about 5 hours to distill out from cider.
I can put on a brew here, I can go way out, cutting a field of hay or something, come back again, and I have it timed over the years. I've got to know exactly how long it takes.
It all starts here in the orchard. Retired Bulmers brewer Michael O'Donnell makes cider from apple varieties Dabinet and Michelin.
He has his own orchards here, their own particular cider fruit, own natural fermentation. Everything is left to ferment out in its own time and blend to a product with a lovely, beautiful alcohol taste and aroma.
Okay, welcome everyone to the Longueville House Distillery.
Longueville House proprietor William O'Callaghan welcomes a group of visitors to his distillery. The cider is first boiled so that the alcohol turns into steam.
And the gas is lighting here, and it heats up, and the steam comes over through here, and it condenses here with the cold water. There's a worm in here, and it comes out here as alcohol.
Longueville Country House Hotel is an unlikely place for a distillery, but its late owner, Michael O'Callaghan, was struck by something De Valera once said.
I think one morning I read headings on the local paper quoting Mr. De Valera, who was in hospital in Utrecht in Germany having his eyes treated, and the banner headline was Mr. De Valera wonders why wine can't be produced at home in Ireland. That might be several years before I planted the first vine, but that was what put the thought in my head.
For many years, Michael produced his own wine from the Longueville vineyards, but he had to admit that perhaps the Irish climate just wasn't suitable for growing grapes consistently. But apples, they were his next project.
A lot of people would have said he was mad at the time, but you know, he had a vision, and he saw the French were doing it, and he said, well, like, why can't we do this here? We grow apples, we can grow great apples in this country. And he had that vision, and he went about it, and he achieved his goal, you know. So, you know, I think there's something in it, and I'm going to continue it on.
17 acres of orchards were planted, and Michael and his farm worker Dan got a licence to distill.
As you can see there's steam escaping, which is good alcohol going away in the air. So I put this around it to control that, to make sure the steam goes up here and out here in liquid.
So that the angels aren't getting any?
No, the angels wait until it's in the barrel. What happens is that the barrel soaks a certain amount of it, and that is what they say is what goes to the angels.
The angel share?
Yeah.
Wine and food writer Roseanne Stevens is on tap to have a taste of the raw alcohol, freshly distilled from the cider.
Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous, even at this stage.
Can you smell the apples?
You can actually. Lovely sweet smell. Floral, slightly. It's very fragrant, I must say. It is an apple brandy after all. It's very distinctive aroma to it. Even though that's pure, it's had no maturation, no wood contact, it's still really smooth. It's complex and it's smooth and it's just, oh, that's fabulous. That really is gorgeous. I mean, I could drink that as it is.
The raw alcohol is then put into old French red wine barrels, and that's how the brandy gets its golden colour.
So we've got the 2007 vintage here.
Over the next 4 years, the alcohol will develop body and aroma. Roseanne spent many years working in the wine industry in South Africa.
Sloanshire. The mouthfeel has changed completely from the raw spirit. It's much thicker, syrupy, beautiful body.
What would you give it out of 10?
Genuinely, I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
An 8 out of 10?
Only because I'm curious to see what would happen with a bit more complexity and maturation.
Okay. We have a story to tell here, you know. It's just not an ordinary product, so it's getting across that story and in the right way, and I think that will be a big selling point to the product, you know.
Back down in the distillery, and Dan is finishing up today's batch. He now has to work out the percentage alcohol in the raw spirit with a thermometer, a hydrometer and a book of specific gravity tables.
948.8 at 9 degrees gives me 44% alcohol. I'm trying to teach Willem what I know. I won't be here forever. When I have a walking stick, I might be able to stroll down to give him a hand every now and then.
And that's pretty much it, until this apple brandy is ready to be enjoyed in 2016.